Oh, yes, it is time once again. That time again. Oh, yes. Hey, what's up? It's Rob. It's Porokiro. Here with another episode of Redstone Lapis Lazuli. Chilling on a happy Sunday, brisk Sunday morning. Brisk. Hey, good morning. Turn down. So yeah, chilling, guys. Awesome. Here I am at my base. It's about to go dark. I should probably sleep if I can. To show you what I've been working on Minecraft. You see here, right? You can. I've kind of opened this up a bit so you can see what's going down. And it's opening up. You see, a bit by bit, it's taking shape. Now I've been working up here, and you see there's a new building here. Oh boy! And then I got some kind of farmland going over here. So let's go check that out. Yeah, down here. I think, you know, I might even turn this into like another train station for the local line. Like the upstairs train station will be the long distance line, and this will be the local line. Because yeah, I got two right now. If I make another place, that'll be three. Well, I do have another place. I have the Citadel. I have three places already. I might as well make a train station down here. Like consolidate again. So yeah, oh man, what a week. What a week. Okay, so wait a minute. Ta-da! I come up and that's the beautiful like bunker, like the main living area. And then over here I made a toolsmith area. So we got the smelting over here, and then we got the weaponsmith right here. We got the toolsmith there, the stone cutter right here, and yeah, toolsmith, an armorer. I think that's the armorer. So yeah, this place is going to be that hub for that stuff. And then over here, on the other side of the bridge, I've made some farmland here. And I've got a couple sheep going, not too many, just a few for the moment. And a very modest shepherd's hut, or farmer's hut, I'm not sure. I might have to work on this, because here's the smoker, but you want the smoker to have its own place. You don't want it to be in the house with everyone else. So, but that's for smoking stuff, for making food. There's a loom for that. And then yeah, all these composters are for farmers. So I have quite a few farmers out here. Yeah, I might have to make a second bridge and maybe extend the town this way. Just for a bit, I don't know, to the water's edge. I don't know. That's a lot. That's pretty big. I don't know if I need that space, but we'll see, right? Because I'm coming up to the next step. And the next step is to transport the villagers from the Citadel basement to their new town. I basically made a town for them. And you guys will be here for that. Check it out. Oh yeah, here's a bell to let them know where there is the center. I still have my... Oh yeah, here. And then the library. I forgot, I made a library. So over here in the library, we have the library lecterns, and then a cartography table for the cartographer. Yeah, and it's pretty spiffy, pretty nice in here. I was gonna steal the library from the stronghold I found, but I couldn't find the library anymore. So yeah, I had to make a bunch of books, which means I had to like start farming cows again for their skins. Here's that one dude I found I need to cure. And then inside the pyramid is another dude I have to cure. But in the meantime, what I've done is I've hijacked the rail line, the rail system, and made a temporary system where the villagers will come, get kicked off right here, and their cart will come into here, which will then get loaded into this cart. When it's full, I'll press the button and it'll get launched and it'll go back to the citadel. So that's the plan. Let's see if it works, right? I gotta see if it works. And if everything works, the village will be populated, and then I can cure these guys. I mean, I'll use them to make the villagers make a golem, but then after that, I'll cure them. Okay, so I have to go back to my base to start the exodus. My first thing I noticed this past week was that Bernie Sanders gave an interview, and a student who happened to be a black American asked the question of how should he interact with the police given that they're crazy. And Bernie Sanders said, be respectful. And he got a bunch of crap for that. So I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. Because, yeah, police will kill you, right? They're looking for anything. But then again, being respectful doesn't really save you either. Like, they'll kill you just the same. They're crazy. I don't get it. I don't know what is the right answer. What do you do about crazy police? You should probably take away their guns. But if you take away the guns of the police, then you have to take away the guns of everyone else. And that's where the hard part is. Because there's one group of people, one main group, that doesn't want to give up their guns. And those are Confederates. And they don't, and like, yeah, there's liberal gun owners, but those liberal gun owners are happy to have gun restrictions. and sensible gun laws. They're fine with passing laws to like make things safer. Whereas the Confederate people aren't so interested in making guns safer, because their whole point is to, is the, even if symbolic, the overthrow of the federal government. So, yeah. I don't know about that. Alright, anyways, here, I'm gonna go see about how much space do I have. I'm gonna put some blocks away. No, not that one. Keep the dirt. I can ditch the diorite and andesite and stuff like that. I don't need stairs or bricks. Okay. Fish. Ha ha ha. What I need is a bunch of iron. Guess what I'm gonna make are a bunch of carts. Alright, see how many 10 work. 10 works. See, this is made possible by this machine. That machine is what allows me to have enough iron to make all these wonderful other contraptions like stuff. So here, the dude's ready to go. So we're gonna send him off. Hopefully it's gonna work. And then all I do is I'm gonna get a load of guys going. And hope that works. We're gonna see. Okay. Bye-bye. Bon voyage. Farewell. Adieu. To your new land. Here, I can make more. Alright, so hopefully this is gonna work. Because there's a lot of villagers in there. Oh. Oh, just enough iron. Alright. And then one for me. Let's go. Let's do this, guys. Ugh. Oh, look at it. It's looking pretty good. Oh no, they're coming back. Alright, I have to like, can I stop them? I fell off? How did I fall? How did I derail? They derailed me. What? They derailed me and they all went backwards. Wow, that's weird. How did that happen? That's strange. It just knocked me off. Where do they go? Are they coming back? Yeah, there's that one. Alright. So it's just gonna be like a giant traffic jam. Look at that. It's like a slinky. Except they all go back. See, that's the problem. Oh no, look at it. It's a massive traffic jam. Look at that. If I can get some of them going, then that'll be great. Now, oh great, this is like wonderful. I'm running in the dark. After bouncing minecarts. Oh! Ah, wonderful. Wonderful, guy. There's two of them right there. Oh, this is so rough. Did I make it? I mean, did they make it? I see them up there. I see a few of them. Oh yeah, see, they went down. And it looks like they're in. Oh, monsters. That's a weird bug that they can derail you. They just plowed through me and knocked me off. Okay, great. There's villagers here. There's a bunch. 1, 2, 3, so 4 made it through. Of the 20-something I sent. 4. Did the carts go in here? Oh, I can't check. Oh yeah, you can. Oh yeah! There's a bunch of carts in there. So a bunch of villagers made it. Did they find their beds? Yeah. They can find their beds. Yep. Alright. Check it out. It's working! It's working! Alright. Because, I mean, look at what's happened with people. Atiana Jefferson. Atiana Jefferson was just chilling at home playing video games when a cop came by and shot her in her own home. Like, what is that craziness? What is that nonsense? That's terrorism. That's terrorism, guys. That's been going on forever. Ever since the United States started, that's been going on. Because Uh, words are malleable. Words are just the things we use to clothe ideas. There's a propagandist guy who said that. But the way he said it was that if you can mold the word around the idea, you can disguise the idea with the word. And we see it all the time. Like, look at the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea. That's not democratic at all. But yet they clothe the idea of authoritarianism with the word and hide it. So yeah, the same thing with the American concentration camps that we got going. Right? We call them detention facilities, but that's just hiding behind a word. They're concentration camps. And we're engaged in human trafficking. Child human trafficking. We're stealing children. Still, it's still going on. Like, people aren't going to forget. That's the thing. It's not going away. That doesn't go away. That's never going away. This is something that the United States has done. It's not going away. I forgot I was checking out my these guys. How's it going? Are they still bouncing? They stopped moving? What happened? There's that guy. He's not moving at all in the dark. Here, let me hop in bed real quick. Donald Trump got booed. And that was eye-opening for him because he wasn't used to it. So then he went to UFC, his home turf, and those guys booed him too. And so the owners played music really loud to try to drown out the booing. So yeah. There's a witch down there, an Enderman down there, all sorts of bad guys. Hey, it just worked perfectly. Did it work all the way? Like, are all the guys here? They must be. Let me check the... Well, I don't know. So there's 10 guys, and I made like 20 carts. So that means we lost 20 villagers in the ether. 20, or maybe, yeah, about 10 villagers got lost in the ether. I don't know where they went. I mean, I can go check the, check the Citadel again. So Donald Trump got booed, and then he got booed at UFC. That's popping his bubble, but that's the thing. It doesn't matter what his bubble is. The guy's a tyrant, and he's done ridiculous amounts of damage. Already, he's done so much damage to us. Somebody said that we're sending heavy armor to Syria to guard oil fields, which is dumb, because we didn't have to do that before. We only have to do that now because Donald Trump. And he's doing it because it helps Russia. It doesn't help the United States. So yeah, Donald Trump is a crazy guy. Ha ha ha, that's where they all are. Okay. Can I just push you guys? Go. No. You went that way. Go, go, go. Go. Oh, that guy's stuck. So I got all these stuck guys everywhere. Alright. They keep getting hurt somewhere over here. I think it's this thing right here. They might die. They keep getting... Alright, more guys stuck. Let's go, guys. Let's get out of here. Everybody on your merry little ways. What are you doing? Why'd you come back? No, go, go, go. The lot of you, get out of here. Man, this is a pain. You shall not pass. Oh, maybe you will. But here, we're gonna make a block right here. So hey, now it's working. Oh wait, no it's not. Crap. I'm gonna insist you go that way. Wow, I can keep up. I can even go faster than this guy. Run! Run! Ah! Okay, yep, they all go down. Look at that. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, wait, no, they get stuck. What's going on? What are you stuck? Oh, because some villagers just standing there blocking everyone. That's hilarious. Did he move? He moved. Oh no! He sent one back. Ah! No! Ah! That's funny. That's. I mean, like funny in a bad way. Come back! That's awful. We almost did it. Almost had all of them. And nothing's gonna stop him. He's gonna go the whole way. Yep, he's going the whole way. Okay, but he's gonna bounce off that one. Yeah, there we go. Alright, here, I got this one this time. Alright, here we go. So yeah, look at that. That's a lot of work just to get the villagers from the citadel over to here. But now I have a newly populated city. No. Yep, he got. Voila! Everyone's home. Alright, I got all my minecarts in there. I press the button. And that goes. Ooh. Nowhere. Okay, well, that's fine. I will deal with that later. Do I have any boxes? All right. I will fix this all later. Okay, well anyways, this guys, there's all these guys here now. I've got a ton of villagers. Look at this. This is neat. They have a whole new town all to yourselves. Isn't that awesome? You're all hanging out here. I gotta make a little lounge or something if they're gonna hang out here. And then so, like, nighttime's coming, they're all going to bed. Check it out. Yep, everyone's got a bed. I think. What are these guys doing? There's empty beds. There's 2 empty beds in here, man. They can't pathfind, maybe? They're like, get away, dude, we're talking. Okay, sorry. This guy, he's like, hey, what's up? Fisherman. So we have no shepherds? No one came over here to check out the shepherds? No one wants to live out here by themselves, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, see, everyone's going to sleep. Nice, nice. With lots of extra beds. And these guys just hanging out because they can. The librarian sleeps at the fishing place. Okay. Hey, people can have whatever relationships they want. It's cool. Oh, now they're all going to bed. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, how neat. Except those guys. Those guys are like, you know, conspiring. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I'm gonna hang out here for a bit. So, okay, so why are we even in Syria? What is the deal there? What happened? What? Is people want to say, well, isn't it a good thing that Donald Trump is getting us out of the Middle East? Well, he's not, though. He's not getting us out of the Middle East. He just made our position weaker. Yeah, we're still in the Middle East, but now it's worse. So, okay, wait a minute. How did we even get into Syria? Okay, let's go all the way back. I mean, all the way back. I mean, all the way back. I gotta turn this down a bit. So, okay, all the way back. So, remember that life works on energy. Everything around you is based on energy. Now, I mean, I'm not talking the woo 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 energy, like my vibe. Well, I mean, kind of my vibe, but like, never mind. I mean, like literally energy, right? It takes, okay, so if you understand life to be a bunch of information that makes more of itself, if that's what you understand life to be, then you have to understand, in order for life to make more of itself, it requires organization. And organization organization takes work. Like, it doesn't just automatically organize that way. You have to you have to kind of make it go that way. And then when you make it go, so order, it costs energy to make order, is what I'm trying to say. Everything costs, life is about energy. And in order for life to be able to go forward, it needs to be able to organize stuff together. But to hold that organization, it takes energy. So part of its deal is that life has to acquire more energy in order to sustain itself. And then to make copies of itself, more of itself. And so the big game is, how do you acquire that energy? You either acquire the energy through the environment. You take the environment, energy from the environment, and you transform it to your own good use. Or you take the energy, the organization of something else that already did that work, and you consume it and transform its energy, because it concentrates energy, right? By taking energy out from the environment, the organism concentrates it within itself. So that's one way of getting energy. You take it from the diffuse environment and you concentrate it within yourself. The other way of getting energy for life is finding creatures that have concentrated its energy in itself, and then you consume them. You eat them. And then you change inside you change their energy into your energy. And then you get rid of the waste that you can't use. That's the way life works. So it's always been about energy. So you get up to humans, and the big deal, the big transformative moment for humans was the discovery of fire. And you got to understand why it's such a big deal. Because prior to fire, like, the tools that we had were not that good, because there's only so much you could do with it. Prior to fire, there was no real way of getting warm. Like, you couldn't get warm. You were totally at the mercy of the environment. You couldn't get warm. Prior to fire, like, you couldn't work past dark. Prior to fire, the food you ate was full of parasites. And it was harder for your body to extract the energy out of it, whatever it is. So if you're eating plants, it was harder for your body to take that plant and turn it into something that your body could use. If you did most of the work with fire, it was easier for your body to take the energy out and for you to use it. If you were eating meat and you just ate raw meat, like your body ate a lot of you were full of parasites, number one, and number two, you didn't get any, or it was hard for your body to extract the energy, transform the meat into something your body could use. But with fire, you could get more energy out of the food you ate, the meat you ate, by cooking it. So fire changed everything. But what is fire? Fire is taking energy that's been condensed and then unlocking it. You unlock the energy into fire. You combine it with oxygen, and you do rapid oxidization, and that energy inside of that thing that condensed the energy comes out as heat and light and smoke. So and it consumes the thing that you're burning. So the energy contained in that, you release it, and then you repurpose that energy into light to see the darkness, into heat to keep you warm, and to cook your food, and to make your tools, which are now better. You have more energy. You're healthier. Your tribe can get bigger. Do you see the amazing transformative power of the unlocking of an energy source? Because that's what you're doing. You're unlocking energy source. You're taking plant material which gathers energy from all around, which is condensed, and then you unlock it by fire. And with that, just with that, humans spread across the world. Just with fire. The next big unlock, because you have to realize that the human body doesn't live off of fire. It doesn't. You can't eat fire. You have to eat food. But what do you turn that food into? You turn that food into something called the calorie. A calorie is just a unit of energy that your body can use. It's what your body uses in order to keep going, to maintain its structure, to maintain itself, and to keep moving. It requires the energy in the form of calorie. So all of life has been fighting for the calorie, because everything uses the calorie. Everything alive uses calorie. So in the beginning, the only way the humans got calorie, or anything got calorie, was either you get it from the environment, or you take it from something that's already concentrated it. That's the only way you get and convert it inside of you to get the calorie. With fire, it was easier to get calories, because cooked food is easier for the human to take energy out of in the form of calorie. You get more calories out of cooked food. Okay, the other thing is the next thing you unlocked was agriculture. Because with agriculture, now you could grow food, and so you weren't dependent on the environment to go find food. You could just stay put and grow as much food as you need and have extra. And when you had extra, that's when we started having issues in our society, because we had to allocate that extra. And that extra ended up being a lot of power, because that extra in form of calories made you be able to grow armies and specialize your labor and do all sorts of stuff. So the next big unlock from like achievement, whatever, the next big unlock was hydrocarbon, oil. But it wasn't oil, it was coal. Humans figured out that, okay, we can burn like wood and get energy out of it. But if we refine this wood in a certain way, we can get more heat, more energy out of it, like make charcoal. And if we get this other stuff called coal, it does the same thing, but without us having to refine it. We don't have to refine it. We just dig it out and burn it. Like, it's awesome. We burn rocks. It's great. So that's what humans. That was the next big unlock, because that's what fueled the industrial revolution. That's what helped fuel the industrial revolution. That's when you started making engines. That's why the South fought to keep slaves, because the because they could use the cotton gin to make cotton profitable with slave labor. So the yeah, they so but also the engines were also what destroyed the South, because the North was more industrialized. So it got its energy not from humans like the way the South did, but from burning coal. All right. But we know that there's problems with burning coal. You have all sorts of waste. But the idea is the same. You're burning hydrocarbons. I mean, you're transforming hydrocarbons, unlocking hydrocarbons. And so that got refined even further into oil. And we did all sorts of great stuff with oil. So right now we're stuck in the age of oil. We need to leave it, because the pollutants are killing us. I mean, it's killing us. The oil is killing us. And people want to, the only ones who are denying climate change right now are the people who are benefiting from the status quo. And they don't want to make, yeah, great. So we got an iron golem, great. So any zombies show up, this guy will take care of them. Ooh, there's water in here now. Yep, everyone's working in here. Check that out. That's nice. Neat. That's neat. They're all working. The fishermen are in here. What are you doing in here, fishermen? Go on the docks. Those barrels are for decoration only. But, alright, whatever. Oh, we got farmers. Yep, nice. Only one farmer. One guy made it. Maybe others can find their way. Well, a farmer made it. That's cool. He will feed the town. So too will the fisherman. Well, I don't know if the fisherman will, but he should. All right, so humans unlocked oil, and that's where we're at right now. Okay, so part of the unlocking of oil was England having a huge empire and figuring out that it needs oil. That's oil was a huge component in World War II. It's a huge component in World War II. Oil is what fuels the war machine, and the war machine is what made countries win. So if your country had access to oil, you were in a good shape. Or you were fought over. People, powers fought over your land for control of the oil. So Saudi Arabia happens to be part of that deal. The Middle East, whatever. So England had a deal with Saudi Arabia to be its security guarantor, the Middle East. But then that role got taken over more or less by the Americans. So the Americans are the security guarantors of Saudi Arabia. What that means is that the United States ensures that the House of Saud will stand against aggressors. And in exchange, the House of Saud has good relations with the United States and the West, so that the United States can profit off the oil in Saudi Arabia. And And the United States has that deal with many people, many dictators in this in the Middle East, Qatar, uh, uh, UAE, Iraq. What had that deal with Saddam Hussein? I don't know about this new one. Kuwait. A lot of people. It has deals with a lot of people in the United States to guarantee that those regimes don't change as long as those regimes play nice with the United States and the oil market. All right. This is all because it's based on energy, right? Now you have to look around your entire life. Your life is based on energy. Everything around you is took oil to get to you. This cup I'm holding right now was probably made in China, which means it was brought over here. It was made by burning coal in China, probably, right, on a machine, by using that electricity and a human worker. That human worker transformed raw materials into a cup that was placed on a truck and shipped to the port, burning hydrocarbons. That truck was made by burning hydrocarbons, mined by materials making hydrocarbons. They put it on a ship that was made with by materials mined with hydrocarbons. That ship motored itself over here by burning the dirtiest oil possible, called bunker oil. The dirtiest oil it was burning to get over here, and then it was unloaded into this port using machines that were made with hydrocarbons, burning hydrocarbons, to put onto trucks made with hydrocarbons, burning hydrocarbons, to put into a store that was made with hydrocarbons, made out of materials with hydrocarbons. Like, do you see where I'm going? Just for the cup. I'm not even talking about like the headset, the computer, like the music you're listening to. Like, everything is made out of oil. Your whole life is built on energy, out of this energy that we're burning in some form of another. Like, unless you're renewable, like unless your power plant is a solar power plant or a wind farm or nuclear, you're burning hydrocarbons. I mean, I think they need to get rid of hydro dams because they're wrecking the salmon, who already have a hard enough time because of global climate change. Man, things are nuts. Things are wild. So everyone's in bed. Even these guys found their way into bed, sort of. What's up? Maybe not? Are you saying there's no more beds? There's 1, 2. Oh, are you going down in the mine? Yeah, don't go in the mine, dude. That's kind of scary. Okay. I should put more workstations in here. There's that. Ooh, 2 golems. Nice. Oh no, they killed this guy. Crap, I didn't protect him enough. Oh no, I forgot. Well, there's this one guy in here I can protect. Ooh, we got like 3 golems wandering around. Nice. That's nice. It's a big town. No one sleeps over here though. Well, alright, not too bad. Nice little town. Let me go over here. Okay. So, after World War II, the European powers cut up the Middle East. in a way that would make it easy for them to manipulate whatever powers are there. They did it on purpose. They cut it up in a bad way to keep everyone divided. And things are great for the West. Is there a golem inside? Oh, that's rad. Oh, that's awesome. He's like, I will protect you as you sleep. That's great. That's cool. Spawned a golem in the room. That's awesome. There's 4 golems in this village. Oh, there's a zombie over there. Check it out. He came in from the swamp. Yeah, punk. Alright. Good golem. Yeah, don't go down there. Hey, this is pretty good. This this worked out. I made a town. That's great. It's kind of weird. It's got some condensed features, but you know. Okay. So we know. So we had things all set up in the Middle East to be a certain way. But back in the 90s, Kuwait was drilling sideways into Iraq, and Saddam Hussein was like, "Hey, America, the Kuwait is stealing our oil. We need, can I stop them? Can I go over there and stop them?" And the United States is like, "Sure, Saddam, go do whatever you need to do." Well, the United States thought that Saddam Hussein was just going to take out the border dudes that were stealing the oil, but what Saddam Hussein did was take over the whole country. So Kuwait was like, "Yo, what's going on, America? You're supposed to guarantee that we're not going to be taken over, and we just got taken over. What's going on?" So America was like, "Oh no, I gotta save face for all my other clients." So he's like, "Okay, we're gonna go to war." And they went to war, Desert Shield. They kicked out Saddam Hussein, and they pushed him back, and they kept him in this no-fly zone. But make no mistake, America was allied, the United States was allied with Saddam Hussein. The United States knew that Saddam Hussein had chemical weapons because the United States gave Saddam Hussein the chemical weapons. And then the United States told Saddam Hussein where was the Iranian army when it was invading Iraq. The Iranians were going to just totally destroy Iraq, just take it over. And America used its intelligence to tell Iraq where Saddam Hussein, where was the army, and so Saddam Hussein used chemical weapons against the invading force, and they just murdered the whole army. It was awful. So that's why the United States knew Saddam Hussein had chemical weapons, because we gave them to him. Anyways, the point that was that the United States just wanted to maintain the status quo in the Middle East. Well, then W. Bush came into power. W. Bush was a neoconservative. He wanted to quote end history and say that we're going to stop everything right here, which you can't do. That's stupid. Every ruling class wants to say that, and you can never do it. You can never end history. It doesn't stop. Saddam Hussein, okay. So W. Bush comes into power, and his neocons had this idea of U.S. world hegemony, that the United States was going to just take over the world now. So they wanted to seize control of the Middle East oil or something. I don't understand why, but for some reason George Bush, W. Bush lied and got us into Iraq, invaded Iraq again, and took out Saddam Hussein. So he got us into a giant mess. It was awful. It was terrible what he did. It was so bad. He just wrecked a country for no reason. But that destabilized everything, because the purpose of Saddam Hussein was to rule very strongly an area that didn't want to be ruled. That's why he was a brutal dictator, because that's what the United States needed to maintain order. Without that guy maintaining order, things went to chaos, went to crap. And it collapsed, right? And then so you had all these splinter groups popping up called ISIS. George W. Bush started ISIS. And so the splinter group, right, started destabilizing, and that collapsed. And then next door, Syria, these splinter groups went into Syria, and then Syria collapsed. So now everything's starting to collapse into ISIS. So everyone's freaking out. All right. So Obama comes into power, and he's got this collapsing economy at home, and he's got this collapsing Middle East situation. He's like, man, we're screwed. Damn it. So he tries to like get the economy going again, but the Republicans block him on a lot of stuff. They make it real hard. And then he tries to get something going to stabilize the Middle East, but the Democrats block him. They won't let him send military into the Middle East. The Blue Dog Democrats ally with the Republicans to stop Obama from sending our military in the Middle East. So Obama was like, man, I got to get creative here. So it's pretty clever. He sends in special forces to train allies, and the allies will be the ones doing the fighting in order to maintain order, to keep things stable, because we can't send in our troops to fight ISIS, but you got to stop ISIS, because Congress won't let us send in our troops to fight ISIS, but we have to fight ISIS, because if we don't fight ISIS is going to just take over more and more of the Middle East. So you got to contain and dismantle ISIS. So if you can't send in your guys because your Congress won't let you, and you got to do it anyways, you got to figure a way out. So Obama figured out a way to like arm and make allies with guys already there, and say, hey dudes, if you work with us, we'll train you and we'll work things out for you, but you got to help us out here. And these guys said, all right, America, we take your word for it. So the Kurds were one of these groups. The Kurds are one of the groups that got screwed when the European powers redrew all the maps. They drew the maps in the Middle East so that Kurds didn't have a country. Even though they're a people and they're a nation, they didn't have a country. They're cut up in three parts between three countries: Iraq, Afghanistan, and Iraq, Turkey, and Syria. So when everything went to crap in the Middle East, in Iraq and Syria, the Kurds like basically carved themselves out a nation, some territory, and say these borders are kind of fluid right now, so we're going to claim this as our nation, and this is what we're going to have. And America's like, okay, dudes, if you work with us and help us out and fight these ISIS, we'll send in our special forces to help train you and to make you better fighters and give you intelligence and give you air support. And then we're going to help you get your own nation. That's what we're going to do. And that's what Obama had worked out. So the Kurds are like, okay, dude, we're with you. We believe you, America. We have the same values. We're gonna do this. We're a democracy. We're not very good at it yet, but we're getting better. So like, but yeah, dude, all right. So that's what the deal was. Why? Because oil. It's all about oil. It's all about oil. And why oil? Because oil is energy. So and oil is what's killing the planet through climate change. So what we really need to do is get off of oil. Because oil is what drives war, it's what drives pollution, plastic, it's what drives everything. Right now we have the mental capacity, the social mental capacity of yeast. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeast in beer. like that's the thing. When you make beer, what you do is you put water in with sugar and hops, like for flavoring, and you put in yeast. So the yeast goes into this broth, and you keep the broth at a certain temperature, so the yeast is happy, and the yeast has all the sugar and this warm temperature. So the yeast is like, great. So the yeast starts eating the sugar, right? And it makes more of itself. It copies itself because it has all this energy in the form of sugar. And so it keeps eating the sugar. But pretty soon, but after it eats the sugar, it has waste. And its waste is called as alcohol. So it eats sugar and poops alcohol. But the thing is that the alcohol has nowhere to go. It's in a sealed container. So the yeast is eating all the sugar and then pooping out all this alcohol, but the alcohol doesn't have anywhere to go. So it just gets more and more concentrated alcohol. Well, if you understand alcohol, you know alcohol is a solvent and it will kill you. It kills things. Right? Alcohol is great for killing stuff. You pour alcohol in, it burns because it's killing things. It kills stuff. So this yeast is eating this great food and transforming it into alcohol, but the alcohol doesn't go anywhere, and then the alcohol eventually kills the yeast. And then in the end, you have beer. You strain out the solid material. You strain out the yeast husks because all the yeast dies. Right? It eats all the sugar, but eventually the alcohol kills it. So it dies. So you strain out the hops, the yeast, all that other nasty solid stuff, and then what you have left is beer. And then you drink it for the alcohol and the flavor because it's, that's what you do. So that's where humans are at right now. Humans have this sugar called oil, and they're burning it. They're eating it a lot. But the problem is they don't have. They're pooping out the CO2, and that CO2 has nowhere to go. So it's poisoning us. It's wrecking us. It's wrecking our environment. It's making this place making it so that life cannot live. Like the old forms of life can't live. We have to get off of this oil. It has to be done. So that means changing our source of energy. Now we figured out a way to burn rocks. We figured out how to do this with nuclear power. But for some reason, we're not doing it. We can get more energy out of nuclear power. Not the old light water reactors, but the molten salt reactors. The liquid fuel design. It's got to be liquid fuel. If you use liquid fuel molten reactors, we could get off of oil in 5 years. and that's the funny thing. We don't need to go dig up new energy or new fuel because we have lots of nuclear waste lying around that we can't use yet. But if we make this molten salt reactor, we can just use the nuclear waste we already have and transform that nuclear waste into energy and then burn it down to 1% of what it was. And that 1% is dangerous for only 300 years instead of 10,000 years. Right? So humans need to change the way they get energy. Because when you do that, you're going to disrupt the whole energy market. We have armies that take a lot of energy and money deployed around the world with guys that don't want us there, with people that we don't share values with. We're our leaders, at least, under the direction of leaders that we don't share values with. I mean, the people are probably great. Arabs are great, I'm sure. But their leadership is pretty bad right now. And so is ours, hey. But Americans great, it's just our leadership sucks. Okay. Okay. So, by transforming the way we get energy, that's going to change everything. Just like how it changed everything when we moved from no fire to fire. Just like it changed everything when we moved from no agriculture to agriculture. Just like it changed everything when we moved from no coal to coal. Like, it'll change everything. But we have to move as one. Like, it's hard to do unless we all get on board with one idea and push it together. And the problem is that they have us super divided right now. They have everyone divided, so that this idea that I'm telling you about is like totally drowned out by everything else. I mean, renewable energy is important too, for sure, right? Look what's happening in California. They have to shut off power to huge areas of Northern California. Well, that's just saying that we need to do more small distributed power networks. Solar power, that's great. That's, if we can get better solar power, all the better. Better small scale wind generation, all the better. That's awesome. Yes, let's do it. I'm all about this. So there's if we can get past this particular moment in history, there's like a great future for us. But man, things are rough right now. Oh, my mom's calling me. All right, well, yeah, her computer's acting up right now. She's stuck on this. There's this thing where it does a what's it called? The reboot loop. Windows 10 will be like, oh, we need to like fix your computer. Let me restart. And then you restart, and it goes, oh, there was a problem. Then we restart. Let me fix your computer, and then restart. And it just does that over and over and over again. And it used to be that you could restart in safe mode and fix it. But with Windows 10, they went backwards with a lot of stuff. They made it, Windows 10 is just, I don't like Windows 10 at all. It's terrible. But with Windows 10, they made it so that you can't go into safe mode without a special USB drive. And you have to make the USB stick before you have a computer problem. Otherwise, you need a second computer to make the recovery disk. And you can't just buy the recovery disk. So like, oh, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. Oh man, it's so dumb. So like, I'm trying to help my parents over the phone where they live like 8 hours away, 500 miles away. And like, it's really difficult. Microsoft makes it really hard. Anyways. So yeah, Donald Trump is a fascist. And he's made this alternate reality. And that's the point of fascists. That's what they do. They make an alternate reality to trick their followers. It's purely a cult of personality. He just says the opposite of what's the truth. And that will trick their followers, because their followers only listen to them. Michael Flynn is going all in with the conspiracy. He's hoping for a pardon, so he's banking on the coup being successful. That's Michael Flynn. But I think Michael Flynn made a bad decision. I don't think the coup will be successful. I think once the impeachment becomes televised, it'll be over. His hardcore base won't be able to support him anymore, because it'll be on TV. Right now they can deny it because it's only on Fox. But once they can't deny it anymore, yeah, he'll crumble. But so we might have to see the Sergeant at Arms arrest him. I don't know. He may refuse to leave. But all the stuff that Mueller found that we forgot about is starting to come back now. The court cases are winding their way through, and Michael Flynn has gone all in with the conspiracy, and he's gonna lose everything. And that guy's dedicated. He's even going after Enderman too. Look at that guy. Oh wow! No joke. Go, Golem. You can do it. Get away from him. Swat, swat. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that skeleton. Does he go after skeletons? Oh no. Oh no, you might have met your match. Oh, why is the skeleton walking so close? See, that should have been game over, but no. The skeleton had no brain. I like how this guy guards the door. That's awesome. Guards the door, and there's one inside. What a great guard. So yeah, Donald Trump is relaying this alternate version of reality, and the story has changed so much. But I think now the only people loyal to Donald Trump are saying stupid things like, "Oh, it's not illegal to extort or engage in bribery," and they're saying, "Oh, it's okay to abuse your power." Well, isn't that kind of like in the word abuse? Like, if you abuse your power, that's like illegitimate use of power automatically. Abuse is illegitimate. Illegitimacy. Abuse is not good use. It's abnormal use. Abuse of power. It's in the word. And you can't say it's okay to abuse your power. No, it's not. And if you're a president, it's definitely not, because you're the leader, and you're the guy who sets the standard for the country. If you can't hang, you need to resign. And of course he's not going to resign, but yeah, he can't hang. Donald Trump is not president of the United States. So yeah. All right, well, hey, I'm gonna go out from here. Yeah, kind of finishing projects here and there. I think the next project I'm gonna do is maybe like beat the game, because I've rescued the villagers. So I've got I'm rich. I made a city out of nothing, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, I guess we're moving toward impeachment, and I think the sooner we get there, the better. But we have to go through the trials, the glorious trials. So get ready. All right, America, I think I'm done with recording or streaming for today. I will catch you on the other side. All right, peace out.